So welcome to the Secret of Stowe House. For this visit we're going to look at the Japan room, which is off the main corridor, the east corridor. But before we go in, I'd like you to look at the door that goes into the room, and you can see that it's perfectly balanced with the back door, the servants' entrance, leading into the music room. But there's one very curious feature, that when you open this door up, you can see that the main door in is very narrow, and there is a diagonal wall to squash you in as you move in. So we'll have a look at that from the other side and try to understand why this happened. So if you'd like to follow me into the Japan room. So once in the room itself, as we close the door, we can see it's doubled in size and it's perfectly balanced for the room itself. However, when you go on the outside, you can see this diagonal slant to be able to balance the outside door with the corridor. So this is why it feels a bit skew-whiff as we come into the room itself. Now this room is one of a suite of rooms that have been linked together, and most recently was known as the Duchess's drawing rooms. So this was one of 3 rooms that were linked together by a series of doors. Originally the doors were on the north side of the wall and linked the rooms together, and then later on they were put onto the south side of the room, and you can see one here and there is one on the opposite side. Now the room itself is called the Japan room because of these beautiful panels on the walls itself. So they are plastered, a mixture of paper on the walls or just painted straight onto the plaster. And although they're called Japanese in style, clearly it's a European hand or several hands that have painted these wall paintings. There's at least 3 different styles here. And these were thought to have been given to the family by Frederick, Prince of Wales, for whom the Stowe House was originally built for, to entertain and to get the politics of the day on their side. And these were supposedly given to the family by Frederick, Prince of Wales, in the middle of the 18th century. However, these suite of rooms were not created till the beginning of the 19th century. Now there is one curious little panel here in which the painting style is very different, and this is at the top of one of the walls. Here we can see it's a much more delicate painted style, but also it has this picture of a house in the middle, and this is Abington House. This was the family home of Anna Eliza Bridges, who was the bride of the first Duke of Buckingham and Chandos. She came here when she was just 16 and married the first Duke. And although she spent a lot of time at Stowe, she didn't like it as much as her family home. She felt Stowe was too big, too drafty, too many rooms, whereas Abington House was her intimate family home. So we know she used these rooms quite often because of this painting in amongst all the other Japanese panels.